Good day, everyone. I am Mr. Dorsey, the eighth grade math teacher here at the Seed School of Maryland in room 211. I am so excited about the opportunity to be a part of this year's growth in education for you and your students. This year, we've been asked as teachers to create videos that introduce our procedures, routines, and expectations, and also policies to our parents and to our students. This way, you guys already have some kind of idea of what to expect from our teachers this year, as well as the activities that your students will be participating in this year. So, just before we get started, I want to give you guys a couple key points and a couple of notes on policies, procedures, and routines. So procedures, the reason why we have procedures are because they help students to know what to do when the bell rings, when their pencil breaks, or when they finish their homework, they work early, or when they need to use the restroom. Another thing that we should understand is that students should have clear set guidelines regarding the noise level at which they enter a classroom. And that's so important and very, very key. You got to make sure that your noise level is in the right place at the right time. Inside the building, you don't need to be super loud, but outside the building, go crazy with it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. The location in the room they should move to, and what they should be doing once they enter their seat, once they reach their seats, by teaching and practicing. And we will do a lot of teaching and practicing of our routines, our policies, and our expectations, because that's the only way that they'll ever become a part of who you are when you enter into the classroom. And ensure that they're able to begin class on time and that students will be set up for success in that class period. Also, students will benefit from being given the time to recollect themselves from their belongings before moving into a new space. And that's something that's really, really important, because I've found in my practice of teaching that students need that wind down time so that they can collect their thoughts for the next place or the next classroom that they're going into, especially if it's something different like history or English. They need that wind down time so they can go ahead and pull their minds in so they can comprehend and understand what's being taught. So in that, we know that routines help students to understand what is expected of them and predict what will happen next through the day so that they can focus on learning instead of adapting. And taking time to teach and practice these procedures often at the beginning of the year is well worth the effort, because it will give structure, and we're very, very big on structure and efficiency to your class that ultimately allows for more instructional time. And we're very, very big on the whole piece of instructional time. We are, as teachers this year, we are really practicing and trying to maximize our instruction time and give you guys exactly what it is that you need to move to the next level. So let's jump right on into this. Talk about our entrance procedures. So entering into our classroom. First, all students will line up outside the classroom door in a respectable manner. Let's talk about that word respectable manner real quick, those two words. So in understanding that in order to get respect, you must give respect. Everyone deserves respect. In that, we want to make sure that we're respecting everyone in our area, as well as the classes that are being held at the other end of the hallway. Those are high school classes. So we want to make sure that we are not disturbing those classes that are in session. So we're asking that you be quiet. And like we said, not disturbing other students or other classes. And we ask that you not stand in the doorway. When there's another class in the classroom, please allow that class to exit the room and move through the hallway before you attempt to enter the classroom. Once that class has exited the classroom, upon entering the classroom, remember, we're quiet in this. Please remove all of your needed materials from your book bag. That's your pencils, your paper, your notebooks, your homework, everything that you need to get ready for that particular period. Remove those things from your book bag. And I'm asking you to do one special thing with your book bag. As a matter of fact, I'll give you two choices. You can have two choices of how you want to do this, but I'm asking you that you put your book bags either on the back of your chair or under your desk. Again, I'll say that. I'm asking that you put your book bags on the back of your chair or under your desk. This allows for the teacher to flow through the room. And I'm a teacher that likes to move through the classroom and help all my students. So I don't want to fall over book bags. I'm pretty sure that my co-teacher doesn't want to fall over book bags either. So the best way to prevent that is to make sure your book bags are on the back of your chair and under or either under your desk. Thank you. Now, after we've finished class and we've done everything that we need to do in our agenda, we have checked off every point on our agenda for that day, it is now time to exit the classroom. In the exit of the classroom, I ask that you please, before you begin to pack up any belongings, that you turn in your exit tickets. The reason being, I've had students in the past who've been given exit tickets and they have packed them up in their belongings before they've even turned them in. So to avoid any mishaps, to avoid obtaining any bad grades, please make sure if we're given an exit ticket that you turn in that exit ticket. Once you've turned in that exit ticket, I ask that you pack up your belongings, clean up your surroundings. It is so important that you clean up the area that you've used while you were in class. We're in the age of COVID. So what we need to do is make sure not only are we straightening up or removing the paper, there are wipes that have placed in my classroom. If you need to get a wipe and wipe down that desk, please do so. I ask that you don't leave my classroom messy, dirty, or filthy. When you came in, it was clean because I made sure that I cleaned it or the other class that was before you cleaned it. So once you leave, it needs to be the same way you found it. Every desk needs to be straightened. Every chair needs to be put under a desk. Everything needs to be clean. There should be no paper on the floor. When you came in, there was no paper. When you leave, there should be no paper. No pencils, no paper, no nothing should be on my floor. Once we have finished cleaning up, we want to line up at the door for class period reflections and shout outs. This is my favorite part of our class period, besides teaching. But this is my most favorite part because I get the opportunity to shout out students for the great work that they do during our class period. Shout out students for the great work that they're doing throughout the school, for every area of education that they're in, that they're doing something great. I have that opportunity to shout them out and let everybody know how proud of them that I am. Once we finish our reflections, and not only do I get a chance to do shout outs, but you as students get a chance to shout out your classmates, or you can shout out your teachers. It's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to enjoy and learn from each other. Once we have finished our shout outs, I'm pretty sure that it will be time for the bell to ring. Once the bell rings, I will let you know that you can leave because everything has been straightened up and the class is back in order. You can leave. Please make sure that you're leaving in a single file line, going to your next destination. And from there, I ask that you please have an awesome and magnificent day. Thank you. I'm Mr. Dorsey, and I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Have an awesome rest of your summer. Bye-bye.